Hey, it's Odin, the all-time. So, I want to do an update on this playthrough here. I'm still at level, well, I'm level 50 now, but I've reloaded a previous save, and I'm level 48. So this was the last point I was on the stream. I've gotten smithing and enchanting to 100, heavy armor to 90, and I got alchemy to 51, speechcraft to 71, something like that, and I think archery 77 now. So when I became Archmage of the College of Winterhold, I started coming back here and just dumping everything into the chest here. All the safe in the chest here. I've gone through and I reorganized everything so I don't have to hold the button down for 20 minutes to get to stuff. So I took everything I didn't want, and I took everything that I wanted to sell that was enchanted or not enchanted, and I just fast traveled to all the holds and sold what I had. That took me about 3 hours. I wouldn't suggest doing that all at once like I did, but when I was out traveling, I would come back and just put stuff back in there. So it was all done at once. But the time it takes to fast travel from Solitude to Morthal to Whiterun to Riverwood to Riften and then to Windhelm and to Winterhold and Dawnstar. By the time you do that loop, the vendors have resupplied. It's only 48 hours for them to get their gold back. And fast traveling just from Dragon's Reach to Riften takes roughly 12 hours in the game's fast traveling time. So I wanted to show how I did this. So let me see here what I have. Okay, so I took all the gems, everything that was like a sapphire or diamond. Well, and I wanted to show what I used. So I used Giant's Toe, Grand Soul Gems, Greater Soul Gems. That's all I needed. I need iron ingots, iron ore, so all the gems, silver ore, silver ingots, and any ebony ore I found, any of the orc ore, so and wheat. So I'll show how I got all this stuff. Can't run. That's fine. Okay, so I don't know if I have wheat on me. No. Okay, so for the potions, it was Giant's Toe and wheat. So I'll show how I got that. Okay. So this is the potion I used to level up. Mostly was go get the Giant's Toe and get the wheat. That creates a 708 value potion. And your skill for most things progresses by how valuable it is. So the value of 708 is going to move that bar pretty good. So that's only 3 potions that was required right there. Just for Giant's Toe and wheat. And then what I did when I ran out of that was I just went and I selected 3 random ingredients and then tried to create a potion out of that. And then I created the most valuable potions out of that in the 300 to 100 gold range. And that was able to get me up to 51 or 55. So I've been using enchanting, smithing, and vendoring what I've found to pay for each of these things. So sometimes your character, when you get to a certain point, you get powerful enough to prey on things. So here in the area of Whiterun, there's 1, 2. Well, I found 2 giant camps. I don't know if there's more. And all the way to the east is a 3rd one. So by the time I did a loop, everything reset. And then I went back and traveled to the giants camp and I preyed on the giants. And so the giants, they fill a greater soul gem, and the mammoths fill a grand soul gem. And enchanting is based on how valuable of the gem you enchant. So I'm at the point now where I can prey on giants and mammoths. There's no real problem for me to kill them. I just soul trap them before they die. They drop the giant's toe, and the mammoths don't drop anything. They drop a tusk that could be valuable to sell. So with the soul gem and the giant's toe, I use that to pay for heavy armor training and the smithing materials. Okay, so to find the wheat, there's a few vendors that sell the wheat. The easiest I found is just to go right outside Whiterun. Just go to the farms and grab the wheat from the farmers. Most of the farms have wheat on them, so just grab the wheat. So go to farms to grab wheat, and if you're high enough or strong enough, prey on the giants and mammoths for greater and grand soul gems. That should fund whatever you want. And as for smithing, what I did with smithing here is
I know you.
I want to try to play the game as normal as possible and not go outside of my way to level stuff. So I'm sure that most people know you start the game here in the south at Helgen, and the story takes you straight north to Riverwood and then to Whiterun. And then up north of that is Halted Stream Camp, and there's a book of a magic spell in there when you use that, when you learn the spell, you learn transmute. And it says it transmutes iron to silver and silver to gold if it's ore. So it has to be ore. So what most of the brain dead YouTubers I see do is they'll just
Go cast your fancy magic someplace else.
take their one brain cell and go to a corner and just do this for hours, 16 hours a day, and you know, think they're smart. This is outside the game for me. I'm not dominating the game here. This is just it's basically the waiting that I have an issue with, because I'll walk. You might see me sometimes. I'll walk, you know, from this vendor into the other vendor, but I'll cast it. But I won't wait. I'll just keep going. I'll just let the mana regen. It's annoying to me. I'd rather not do this. So I want to play naturally now. So here's what I found. If you take smithing, you have your first point's always in steel, and then you have dwarven, orcish, and ebony. So you got dwarven's 30, orcish is 50, ebony's 80. So I'm going to take these two here, orcish and ebony. So I'm not going to sit here and do this for hours. You know, I'm not gonna go think I have an IQ because I go over here and I do this for 18 hours a day and call it a playthrough. So here's what I did. You want your silver, you want your gold, and you want iron ingots, and you want dwarven ingots. So you're going to use, to level up smithing, I would say just all you do is take steel, then when you have that, take dwarven, then take orcish, and then take ebony. You can skip orcish until you need ebony, because I skipped orcish. So all I did here was, what's the minimum amount of resources for the maximum amount of skill? Well, if you look at what you start with, you start at hide, you start at iron. The iron daggers work until the efficiency drops, it tanks. And this is all based off how much skill you get. It's based off how valuable the item is. So you're going to get very little from creating boots. And steel, you have all these resources. You need a steel, you need leather, you need iron. The leather armor's pretty good because everyone has access to it, and it's 4 leather and 3 leather strips. Animals are plentiful in the game world. They're infinite. Everything in the game respawns infinitely. It's an infinite game. You can't run out of resources in Skyrim. So don't even worry about that. But your first skill point goes to steel, and nothing here is easy to make. You need steel, iron, and leather. Your big boost here is you take dwarven, and all you want to create is dwarven bows. 1 ingot and 2 dwarven metal ingots. There's a value of 270. That's what you want. This is the easiest to mass produce and get resources for. So just go. So if you follow the storyline, you're going to go here to the east from Whiterun, and you're going to find this this dwarven ruin. I got enough materials out of there to create, I think, 120, 140 dwarven bows. So if you look here, to make dwarven ingots, you need large decorative dormer strut, large dormer strut, bent dormer scrap metal, large dormer plate metal, small dormer plate metal, and solid dormer metal. They range from 2 pounds to 25 pounds. So what I did is, obviously you can see here, I took off all my gear. I took off all Uthgard's gear, and then I went and I got the steed stone. And then it took me, I think, 3 trips to completely grab everything that smelts in from this dungeon here into dwarven metal. That got me to 60, and then as I went along, I created whatever jewelry I could. So I created the gold, I created the silver, whatever's the most valuable. And then whatever's the next most valuable. So this is all I did. Okay, so now you see I have orcish orc. It's a value of 150 for 2 orc ingots and 1 iron ingot. This is good to make because it's the least materials of all the orc items. But it's a value of 150, so you want to focus on dwarven because that's a value of 270. This will increase your skill faster, slightly faster. So I was able to... You see how fast that's moving? I didn't buy... So I didn't buy... I didn't buy the orc ores or orc ingots. I skipped that and I just bought dwarven. So now, so as soon as you get 80, get ebony, and then go down here to ebony bow. That's a value of 1440. That moves the bar pretty big. So I made probably. So all I did was I just went back and did a loop of going from vendor to vendor.
Welcome to looking to protect yourself or
and I
deal
bought
some damage.
all the dwarven ingots and all the dwarven metal.
Good
Ingots.
doing business with you.
They don't sell ebony ore or dwarven ore from what I find, so there's no point in wasting any time. But so now look, when I create the I'm gonna create 1 dwarven bow and watch the blue bar. Okay. And I'm gonna create an ebony bow. It's a little bit more. So this is what I did. And I used up the jewelry and the iron and leather as I had it. I mean, not leather. I used the dwarven and the orc as I found it. That is natural, playing naturally. The brain dead YouTubers and who tell you to go sit in the corner and do this all day, they're dumb. Don't listen to their bullshit. If this is what you're doing with your life, the game's playing you. I just played naturally, and I don't see why people are going out of their way to train anything. So I don't know what these idiots are doing. So I wanted to show how to level speech, because I'm at the point I'm at the game. If I want to level up more because I need more perks to complete this build. But I'm at the point where my one-handed's 100, my conjuration's 100, smithing, enchanting's 100, and heavy armor's 90. So I've kind of, if I don't go out of my way to level other skills now, I'm going to be basically stuck at level 48. So I'm just gonna take I'm gonna try to see if this works here. Oh, you know what? I can. Might have oversaved it. Yeah, oversaved. Okay, so to level Speechcraft, you just sell one item at a time. That's all that's required. It's not. It might have some value associated with it, so I don't know if you can sell arrows one at a time and still get a level up from that. So even if the vendors have 0 gold, it still counts as a increase to your speech skill.
Gonna get trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
So I'm just gonna sell. Okay, see how she has no gold now? Well, I'm gonna continue to sell. I might get a level. See, here it goes. Yeah, see?
Good day.
So I had so much stuff to sell that I just went and killed a bandit and put all the stuff on his body so it washed out in the game world. So you see now I'm level 50. Smithing's 100. I'm still at Ebony. I'm eventually gonna go try to get to Dragon. I want Uthgrid at Dragon. Enchanting's gonna be 100. I just need to enchant a few more things. And that's good. Heavy armor's at 90. I trained it using Farkas in the Companions. He only trains up to level 90, so I need to find a master heavy armor trainer. Alchemy's at 51. All I want alchemy for is to increase my level ups and to get so I can only need to drink 1 to 3 potions and my health's good. Speechcraft is 73. I don't even need to do this. This is just to level up. Archery's going up just because sometimes dragons will not land even with Dragon Rend. They refuse to land. So now I'm going out of my way to train like Restoration, Destruction, Illusion, Alchemy. So that's... The character build to me is almost complete. So that's this character's at. I had 61,000 gold, and by going around and buying, fast traveling around and buying dwarven ingots and ebony ingots, I went from 61,000 gold to 57. So that's yeah, wasn't very expensive, but it is a loss, but it's not, you know, now I'm not going to have any more cost. I don't have to buy anything now except just I had so much stuff to sell that I had to just buy greater soul gems and grand soul gems just to give the NPC more money so I could sell more stuff without without selling everything for 0. So that's what I did. So yeah, train your armor. So my advice, train your armor, because that's going to be the hardest to level, unless you want to stand in front of mud crabs for 18 hours a day. That's your business, I guess. Train your armor with whoever will train it, and then get your smithing, get your steel. Then when you can, get your dwarven, and then from dwarven you can basically go from dwarven to ebony. That's what I did. I skipped the orc, because even in I've played for 70 hours and I've only found 70. I think I found 40 orc ores, so it didn't push me that much. It was the dwarven bows, and it was the gold and silver jewelry. And then ebony, you can keep creating ebony bows from the 3 ebony ingots, and you can buy those at a vendor if you're high enough for the vendor to sell that. Enchanting, go to the mammoths and the giants when you can kill them relatively quickly, and then soul trap the giants with grand soul gems, the mammoths with greater, and no, giants with greater, mammoths with grand, and get the giant's toes. Go to the farm, steal the wheat, or take the wheat, because it's not stealing. It's not considered stealing. And use that to level your alchemy. Speech. Pay for it, or I suggest waiting until you're a little bit higher level, and then working on speech. I paid for it as I went. I probably wouldn't do that again. I would have leveled other stuff. Archery, just, you know, shoot stuff. Restoration, just heal yourself whenever you need to be healed. Heal yourself and then wait. Don't wait and get your health back. So that's my tips for this. So now you can play the game naturally. You know, I don't see why people are going out of their way to stand in corners for 18 hours or cast wasting their life casting oak flesh in the corner. And that's what you want to do with your game. Have fun. So that's my few tips here. All right, Dan. Go with the blessings of Todd.